Hey guys, and welcome to this Film Learnin special event. Over the next couple of videos, I'm going to be showing you this rig right here, the S1A1 wireless motion control system from iFootage. Now right off the bat, I just want to say that iFootage sent this to me as a gift to test out for myself and share my thoughts with you. So that's all done. Now, as someone who shoots all of his own footage and produces all of his own content, I've essentially been forced to create a style based on the limitations of my own situation. I've never been able to physically move the camera since, I'm in front of it, so I've resorted to both creative framing of shots or artificial camera moves in post, and while these techniques have worked for me for many years, I've always felt like I wasn't fully able to truly produce a cinematic look per se. Being able to pan, tilt, or dolly the camera adds another dimension to your films that for me personally adds some production value that's been sorely lacking in my own work, which is one of the main reasons I'm so grateful that a product like this exists. It allows me to not only perform all the moves I've just mentioned, but I can do it without even touching my camera or the rig. So let's see how it works. So first off, the S1A3 kit comes in four main parts. You've got the shark slider right here, which can work as a manual slider on its own. The S1A1 single axis motion controller. This allows you to move back and forth on the slider, and then we have the Motion X2. Attach this like so, and then we'll just screw it in by using this adjustable bolt. Easy. And to add power to the pan and tilt head, all we do is connect this bypass cord from the S1A1 to the pan and tilt head. Done. And now this bad boy allows you to both pan and tilt the camera as well. And all of this is controlled by this little guy here, the wireless controller. So let's talk about some of the positives and the negatives of the rig. Starting with the positive. This thing is super easy to put together. I barely needed to look at the manual, and it can seem a bit intimidating to open up a box full of parts and say, yeah, no. But luckily, the slider is fully assembled for you ready out of the box, and the motion control rigs are almost impossible to screw up. And if you feel the need to adjust any of the belts, you don't need a screwdriver or the dreaded Allen key. You just unlock like so, and you're good to go. Next is just how damn smooth this thing is. It's like Barry White wearing a silk robe lying on it. I guess what I'm saying is, it's smooth. I never felt any bumps or skips in any of the shots I did. It worked perfectly each time. Now, one of the best things I love about this thing, and why it's great for self-shooters or one-man crews, is the ability to program in up to 9 tracks or motion control paths for the rig to play back automatically. You just jump into the record menu, perform your move like so. There we go. We'll then head back to auto, select the track we've just recorded, hit next, hit track mode, hit next, quick back. The rig will then rewind back to its start position. We'll then select single run, and then it'll play back your recorded track. It's really that simple. The rig will now perform that exact same move for as many takes as you need it. So why is this important? Well, say you have a shoot and one of your actors is a no-show. You can just shoot yourself as a stand-in to get your focal range, repeat the shot to get a clean plate, you've got your background, and then just shoot your actor on a green screen later using the same track. Comp them in, and it's like they were there on the day. It's also useful for adding some motion to your effect shots. As you know, in many shots I act against a puppet that I puppeteer myself by using split screen and masking. With the help of the S1A3, I can now add a dynamic camera move to the shot and sell the effect a hell of a lot better. All I need to do is shoot my side, perform the puppet side, and grab a clean plate, and once we combine them all together, we get a fully realized shot, and it's seamless. Lastly, this thing is sturdy. It's made out of a high-grade aviation aluminium magnesium alloy, which I assume is pretty strong if I knew what any of those words meant. Bottom line, it ain't gonna break on you. It also comes with this sweet custom built carry case, and the slider comes in this carry bag. Now, onto the negatives, because like any piece of equipment, it's not perfect. So I just mentioned that this thing was sturdy, but the downside to sturdiness is that it's heavy. Not in the gonna break your back, do you even lift heavy way, but during testing outdoors, I had to lug it up and down hills and around town, and it did start to get to me after a while. Having said that, I'd rather have something that's heavy and doesn't break than something that's light and snaps like a twig. It could be argued that carbon fiber would be a better option, but then your price goes up, way up. Speaking of price, and this may be a negative for some of you out there, but the unit itself isn't cheap. I'll put the price for each individual part on screen now, as well as the bundle. Just so you know, it is possible to buy each component individually, which helps because you have the ability to add to your kit over time. So you might start out with the slider, then move up to the motorized slider, and then up to the pan and tilt head. Now, in comparison to other motion control rigs out there, the iFootage S1A3 is definitely way cheaper. I did my research preparing for the review, and it lowballs the nearest competition in terms of build quality and features by over 50%. So is it a cheap rig? No. But in terms of market comparison of what's out there, it's very competitively priced, and from my own personal experience, I've bought cheaper equipment in the past, be it tripods or lights, and you aren't always getting that great deal you think you have. Now my last negative, and it's kind of a nitpick, but I still feel it's an important one to mention. If you move the slider or the X-rig too fast, it can be a little noisy, like so. You can definitely hear the motor. Now the reason for this is simple. It's not supposed to move that fast. This is a rig for subtle, elegant movements, not big, fast Barry Sonnenfeld push-ins. And like I said, it is a nitpick, but I feel obligated to point this out as it's something I did notice when I was testing out the rig.
So, what'd you do with it, Gran? Huh? What'd you do?
Overall, I was very impressed with the S1A3 rig from iFootage. It's a fantastic piece of kit, and it's a welcome addition to any one-man crew or really anyone who's looking to add a bit more cinematic flair to their production. It's extremely sturdy, and the ability to repeat motion control paths means it's an invaluable tool for adding more dynamic camera moves to your effects shots. For more info on this and everything else iFootage has to offer, click the links in the description and tune in next time as I'll be showing you how to combine some multiple shots together to make one cohesive shot. So until next week, keep learning!